Alright, hey guys! Sorry, let's straighten up my tank top. Alright, I'm trying to get one more out there before I actually have to leave for work. I mean, I don't have to leave right now. I mean, I guess I could push it up to 3:15 like I'm scheduled for. But, anyway. As I said, I'm going to try to get as many videos out as possible because this is a really long one. And I don't want it taking weeks and weeks to get through it, so. This one is number 16. I don't know if I did put number 15 in the title. Never mind. This one's number 16. 2 hives are better than 1. Most new beekeepers make the mistake of starting with just 1 hive. We're going to start with 2. It makes sense. Beginners are often hesitant to get any bees at all. A second hive might seem like you work more responsibility, and it doubles the cost of your new hobby. So, why do experienced beekeepers recommend you start with at least 2 hives? Read on to find out. Or keep listening to find out. Keep watching to find out. I think with us, what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase 1 Flow Hive to start with. And I'm going to get a top bar hive. And I'm going to make sure it's set up on... I'll probably build like a cement block area, sturdy enough for it to be, right there, and, to where it's not going to move or anything. And I'll go with 1 Flow Hive and 1 top bar to see which one, I'm still going to keep the Flow Hive. Because I have a feeling those are going to be really good, but I'm going to try one of the top bar. I don't know if I might try a Langstroth. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, you'll learn more. New beekeepers have a tremendous amount to learn. You could spend months reading and preparing yourself for bees and still struggle to understand your bees when they finally arrive. That's probably going to be me. That's going to probably be me. The real learning begins when you start to spend time with your bees. Excuse me. Each colony is unique. They have different temperaments, different preferences, different needs, and they can vary in strength quite a lot. You can have 2 colonies right next to each other and get completely different outcomes. I'm sure we will. One might thrive and make lots of honey right away, while the other remains small and stagnant. If you had just one of these colonies, you might recognize that the small one was abnormal or that the large one was especially robust. So when you begin with just 1 colony, you will be severely limiting your learning experience. There will be no way to gauge your colony's progress when you have nothing to compare it to. A weak colony might appear normal to you. Plus, the more colonies you have, the more situations you will be able to observe and the more you will learn. Extra time you will spend managing 2 to 4 hives versus just the 1 is negligible, and with everything you'll learn from it, it's unlikely you'd notice. I'm actually considering the 1 Flow Hive, a top bar, and a Langstroth to start with. Start us out with 3 instead of just 2. We'll see. And then I'll have, see... I'll let you guys know that when I get there. We'll figure that out, but... I'm kind of thinking that to start out with. So, our bee yard's going to be interesting. Better odds. Everybody loses hives, but new beekeepers are much more likely to lose theirs. New beekeepers don't always recognize and intervene when a colony begins to fail, and I want to make sure that, we know what to look for. They haven't had the advantage of learning from their experiences yet. A beginner with several hives not only has the advantage of comparison, which often triggers them to act when a hive is failing, they also have numbers on their side. Simply put, the more hives a beekeeper has, the better the chance that one of them will survive into the next season. Management tricks. Having more than 1 colony also gives a beekeeper more options when managing a weak or troublesome hive. I'll give a few examples. If your colony ever becomes queenless, you can take a frame of young larvae from one of your other colonies and let them make a new queen from it. Sometimes this is done just to test if a colony is queenless when you are not sure. A queenless colony will make queen cells on a frame that like that if they are truly queenless. If you ever have a colony where the population has dropped, you can take a frame of capped brood from one of your other colonies to help strengthen it. You can also take honey and pollen from a strong colony and use it to feed a colony with low food stores. Long-term savings. Upfront, the cost of buying equipment to house 2 colonies and maybe even purchasing 2 starter colonies can be daunting. But long-term, you may actually save money. In the most straightforward sense, you will save on shipping costs if you buy your equipment online all at once versus making 2 orders. This notion is based on an assumption that if you continue to keep bees, you will eventually decide to get more than 1 hive, as is the case with most of us. Second saving opportunity stems from the possibility of making splits. If you start off with several hives and at least one of them survives and thrives again the following spring, you can make new colonies from it and save yourself from having to buy more starter colonies. And that was the end of that one. That was 2 hives are better than 1. We will definitely start out with 2, maybe 3. I'm going to look into starting out with the different types of hives. So, I don't know. It's going to take us talking to people again. This is why we're waiting here, so. But I will see you guys on the next video, and I will get this up there like ASAP. See you in a few minutes, guys. Bye.